Today's video is brought to you by Grey Viking Games. Click the link in the description below to buy MTG Arena codes for cosmetics, packs, and more. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and we finally found a home for Nissa. So Nissa of Shadow Bows is a card that I have built a deck around so many times, and a lot of those videos you guys actually haven't seen because it just doesn't end up being as good. I ended up having to take like a week-long break because I built a deck with this card, and I messed up the deck completely, and I did it like 3 different times, recorded 3 different videos, and all of them were too bad that I just ended up not showing them at all. So I ended up taking like a week-long break, and it was because of this stupid card. And so I think I finally found a place for this card to go, and so let's talk about it real quick. So 4 mana, 4 loyalty. Why is this card so hard to build around? So the land falls out of it whenever land enters the battlefield under control. You put a loyalty counter onto it. Shadow Bows. Enters with 4 loyalty. If you play this on turn, if we have some ramp, we can get it out on turn 4. Play a land, and suddenly we have the ability to use its ultimate right away. That's a really cool thing, right? So the ability says, so first off, the +1, we can untap a land we control, which is good for ramp. You may have it become a 3/3 elemental with haste and menace until end of turn. It's still a land. That's really good too. So the -5 says whenever you may put a creature card with converted costs less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield. That line of text is the reason why Nissa doesn't see play, because it feels like a card that should be going into this like, oh, I will break this and I will put out a massive creature right away. But you are only going to have 4 or 5 lands the first time this comes out mostly. Otherwise, you might as well just be playing out the creature that's 5 mana cost or 6 mana cost, whatever you end up getting to. Yeah, you can play out Nissa and have Nissa stay on board, but if you're losing Nissa with a -5, you end up losing Nissa anyway just to play the creature out. So it ends up just being kind of a dead card. So the only way that this becomes useful is if the +1 ability becomes useful as well. And that this is just the -5 just becomes an extra thing that you can do. You're playing a land every turn, so you're getting extra loyalty, you're plussing up, and so eventually losing 5 loyalty is not that big of an issue. That's the only really home for a Nissa deck, is if you are able to utilize the +1 ability consistently and well. And the issue with that is that Vivian just has a better +1 ability. There's just a lot of other things out there. But the thing that Nissa does do is it gives it haste and it gives it menace. And when you're in a deck that is going wide, going aggro, and has a lot of ramp and still landfall and everything that's going off with it, that it works really well. So Elves is exactly that deck here, where the +1 ability finally works well with this. You're able to actually utilize Nissa to the best of ability, have the -5 ability also work, because we're never going to not have things with chromatic costs less than this. Like all of our creatures, does it say planeswalkers? So just creatures, but we're fine bringing back like an Elvish Warmaster, or Wildborn Preserver, or Llanowar Visionary. Those are the ones that we want to have come back. Skipfire Avenger. We don't necessarily want to bring back Sentinels or Wildwood Trackers, but putting up 2 counters onto it and everything, it's still a nice thing to do if we're empty-handed. Like it's a good thing. It's a good value play that we can go for. So I think Nissa finally has a home in this. And so that's what we're trying to do today. And so this is the deck that we got for it. So basically my Elves, and then, by the way, the timestamp's always down below if you guys want to jump to the gameplay. I'm going to do a little bit more of a deep dive into the deck now. Make sure you guys like the video though. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe. It definitely is appreciated. And let's jump into it. Hit the notification bell too. All right. So, basically, we do have a lot of 4 drops in this deck, and I definitely think that Nissa, I'm putting as a full 4 of right now. It probably ought to be a 2 of in this deck, but I do think that it deserves to be in the Elf deck in general. But probably as a 2 of right now, because I'm trying to do a deck video content for you guys. I'm making content, so therefore I'm putting in full play set here and trying to put a little bit more focus onto it. But the cool thing about Elves is that we do have ramp with Jesper Sentinel, which is kind of a funky ramp spell, but getting up to turn 4 stuff, it's great for doing that. That's exactly what we're trying to do with Elves. Is that we should have Elves on the battlefield. This can tap down another creature and get us to our turn 4 a turn early, which is awesome. Llanowar Visionary also just kind of like, okay, we can help draw cards, do whatever we need to, and help make sure we can ramp up to turn 4, and also have enough ramp potentially to play 2 things on a turn, a 4 mana spell and 1 or 2 mana spell as well. Or if we get out Tyvar and we have a bunch of Elves, suddenly we have like 8 to 12 mana where we can cast all these things and we're just fine. So that's kind of the cool, crazy things that we can do with Elves. Elves are just really explosive, really awesome. They can do big things. And Nissa being able to give us some recursion from the grave graveyard, as well as all the cards that we get from Skemvar, Llanowar Visionary, everything. It really just adds to it. And so I like this because Binding the Old Gods works really well with Nissa. It gives us lands to hit the battlefield to give us a little bit more loyalty onto it. Keeps Nissa alive. We can end up using the -5 a little bit easier if we ever need to, but really we want to be able to have a focus where we can just use the +1 ability, keep having a wide board that we can be swinging in with, giving us more mana to be able to maybe use the Elvish War Master, give everything Death Touch, you know, whatever it needs to be. Heralding Knights to Elves. And so this is the card that I think that we're taking out of. I think we go to the 2 copies of Nissa. I think you go 3 copies of Herald, maybe a full play set of Tyvar, or maybe something else in the 1, 2, or 3 drop slot for Elves in general. But overall, I think Elves are just a really powerful deck in the format. I'm excited to play them again because honestly, it's fun to play good decks. But then I'm like, oh, I have to make so much more content. I have like 180 decks that I make per set, doing 2 videos a day right now. So sometimes I just don't actually get to everything else. So anyway, so by the way, if you guys, I'm going to do a full deep dive into this one again. So the cards I'm really liking here, Wildwood Tracker is actually a really good 1-drop here for this one. I like whenever it attacks or blocks if you non-human creature. So pretty much always it's a 1-mana 2/2 for us, which is just a fantastic card. It's good to have that extra little bit there. It's good to have more 1-drops with Jesper Sentinel. Like with Elves, you want more 1-drops so you can be playing them with Elvish War Master. Elvish War Master also just busted. I'll read through it again just in case some people are new to this. Wizards is doing a lot of stuff where there are some people coming in and new. And so if you haven't seen this before, 2 mana whenever 1 or more other elves enter the battlefield under control, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. And so it is kind of nice, but you only get to trigger once each turn. And so you do need a flash creature to kind of make that work. You can pay 7 and give all elves +2/+2 and gain Death Touch, which is nice. But so Wildborn Preserver comes into the deck as the perfect way to kind of make sure that we're activating Elvish War Master on our turn and their turn as much as possible. It also has a really great synergy where Wildborn Preserver says flash reach whenever a non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control. You may pay X where if you do, put X plus some counters onto it. So we play out Wildborn Preserver, Elvish War Master triggers, creates a 1/1. We immediately get the trigger on Wildborn Preserver to then be able to, because a creature entered the battlefield, we can start paying whatever mana we have left to put counters onto it, which is really nice to be able to do that all in one turn. And reach is actually a really important thing in the format right now. There's Goldspan Dragons, there's a lot of other just big creatures, Yorions, whatever else, that getting this up to 5 power means that we can block most things. It also dodges a lot of the removal in the format as well. And so this is just our one like big beefy creature that we can have be big. Yeah, it'd be great to have trample, but again, that's kind of why we have Nissa, so we can keep going wide, keep hitting in for damage. Having a menace creature and something they have to chump block makes it really difficult for them to deal with it. Heralding Knights to Elves, Tyvar to kind of keep our board wide. Everything else here, Llanowar Visionary, Skemvar Avenger, great new card from Kaldheim that just makes Elves really, really powerful. Whenever another non-token elf or berserker you control dies, draw a card, lose 1 life. We don't have any life gain in the deck. I could see that actually being a useful thing for this deck. And maybe it's even worth like throwing in the jungle hollows or whatever the land is here. I do have a lot of tap lands right now. I'm really excited for excuse me. I'm really excited for better lands to come into the format that are more untapped. The pathway lands are fantastic, but it's nice to have 2 untapped dual lands available. And with the pathway lands, they do help with consistency a little bit of having stuff. They're an upgrade of these, but it's not necessarily as good as just an untapped dual land. These are really powerful. But there's sometimes I just would prefer to have untapped dual lands because they just add more colors. I don't have to run as many swamps in the deck or anything like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump to the gameplay. I think I've beat the dead horse here with this deck. And so let's go ahead and jump into it, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. All right, up against Death. Man, these tap lands are really painful. Man, maybe I don't want these tap lands in the deck. Just having tap lands in general with Elves doesn't feel very great. This is better. Definitely better hand. I mean, running into all of our swamps would be the worst possible thing that can happen, though. So I do like that we have ways to make it more consistent. Having stuff to hit with Binding the Old Gods that's a good dual land is really nice as well. Tri-land. But yeah. All right, keep this. We'll drop Herald because I'm trying to play the Nissa. See if Death is actually going to play here. All right, go to my turn. Let's get out. Actually, and you know what? I do want to hold up the Wildwood Tracker for 1 turn because getting out the token with it with Elvish War Master can be nice. Yeah, we get in for 2 points of damage. But right now we don't have a guarantee of another elf with War Master. So, we'll do that. Okay, War Master. Wouldn't mind a Visionary or another land off the top for a bit of ramp up to these dudes. Okay, Clarion Spirit. That's a little bit terrifying. All right, Wildwood Tracker. Flyers can be pretty annoying. We want to find Wildworm Preserver against this matchup and hope they don't have any apparitions. All right, there you go. Ask and you can have it. All right, if we swing in, they sack, block, kill it. No attacks. Pass turn. All right, there's Redain, which does make all of our other stuff way more expansive. Ugh, rude. All right, we're gonna try to kill it with a Wildborn Preserver. Yeah, Redain just like shuts down Elves a little bit because there's so much stuff in the 4-drop slot. It's pretty annoying. All right, put this out. I'm gonna pass the turn quick to try to show that I don't have anything else. Hopefully we can get them with this Wildborn Preserver. That's basically our best chance, is killing this Redain here. All right, they can also turn on Faceless Haven. Maul the Skyclaves. Puts it where? We can make a 4/4. All right, so I want them swinging with Redain and Clarion. All right, sweet. We do get to kill the Redain. Well, Selfless Savior. We get to do stuff, okay? Take action. Make it a 4/4. Please let it just kill this. I want it to die. Oh, darn it. All right, down to 16. Oh man, this Redain is actually really annoying for us. That's nice though. All right, Elvish Warmaster. We get to go really wide. And that's real good. Take action. It's a big dude. No land. Do I attack in this turn? I could get in for a lot of damage. I can swing for 6. They don't block this. We get in for 9 points of damage. They probably block the Elvish Warmaster, and that might be worthwhile. Just that alone. Otherwise, what do? We risk them running into like a Skyclave Apparition. Just some other stuff. We actually get in for 10 points of damage. So we represent lethal on the next turn if we swing with everything. And I think we are fine losing the Warmaster here to get in for the 2 more points of damage here. All right, down to 10. We do it again the next turn. They're probably going to have to hold back blocker, so that also just keeps our life total a little bit higher. We can kind of keep building up. Hopefully get up to our 7 mana or whatever else we're doing. That's a flippin' Basriket. Give the Vigilant dude a counter. Yep. I trust in your abilities. Yeah, about that. That's bad. All right, down to 13. Visionary is nice at least. Come on, give us a land. Pineal Gods. So I can swing it with Wellborn Preserver. So I'll attack in. We're gonna hold back the Warmaster's turn. Actually, wait. Let's see. How do they block? So they have to chump here. And then they kill Warmaster. We get in for. Is this 4/6? 6, and we get to kill one thing. Otherwise, it's lethal. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Do I really care about the Warmaster more than just winning the game? I don't think so. And then actually, if we do get to play out Nissa on the next turn, they don't have any more creatures. The Menace here is what's going to win us the game, in case there's anything else that happens. But yeah, not the worst. Being aggressive is good sometimes. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. So bring it down to 4. Hope for no life gain. Speaker of the Heavens. That is life gain. They can also turn on Faceless Haven as a blocker. Okay, puts that there. Puts a counter onto it. For first strike life damage. Which now we just need an untapped land for the Binding of the Gods. If we get the Binding of the Gods here, life is so good. It's good. Because I don't think we quite have lethal without it. Okay, puts a counter there. Yep. Swings in down to 10. Come on. All right, how do we hit now? So swing in, they block, they chump here with Redain. I guess we could just this and see if they'll trade off. But we end up killing Redain that way. Then Binding the Old Gods kills Speaker, and we probably just set up win for the next turn. Otherwise, we swing with everything. They block here. They go up to 8. Block here. We hit for 5, 7. So they go to 1, and they to keep the thing around. Yeah. So I think that what we do is we just swing in with the Wellborn Preserver. Not quite to the ultimate here. So just the Wellborn Preserver. They have to block. Do you gain 8 life now? Or gain 4 life, I mean. I'm hoping this just puts them in a kind of a hard, awkward position. That's the dream. Like, the best block is Redain, so they can keep the Speaker for later, because you have Vigilance on it, you can gain extra life, you know, hit for more stuff. So, but they also know that we probably have Binding of the Gods, things like that as well. We've been playing like we do. We have 4 cards in hand and we haven't played them yet. So Redain's obviously doing something. All right, they do block. Sweet. Come on. Commit. You can do it. Commit. Turn to the dark side. All right, Mutimus. Tyvar, kill the Speaker. No life gain for you. Life's great. Faceless Haven, still a little bit annoying. Can chump block, and there's a land, and that should be game. They could turn a Faceless Haven on though and give it a counter though. Nice. Please don't rope us now. Come on. All right, opponent is roping us. They roped us actually at the beginning of the game as well to get everything, and then they're roping us now. I really wish there were some people that we could just, you know, like, okay, they at least passed there. Maybe they did on accident. It's a possibility, I guess. Come on, dude. Oh, that's the worst. Now they concede. The worst kind of human beings right there. You're welcome. There it is for you guys. All right, up against Think to Ice. I like that. Mulligan this hand. Need some lands. There's some lands. I like this. I like it lots. Do we hold on to Binding of the Gods? We can play it out on turn 3. Or we'll just play the good creatures. Binding is good. I think we'll go ahead and drop this. We're going to try to hold on to more interaction with this one. These guys are pretty aggressive, though. And we are on the play. I could have just hit in for 7 each turn. It's not the worst. Having double card draw with it, too, is pretty nice. So I guess that was probably the wrong play. Drats. All right. I don't know what's up with people taking forever. I'm okay with people taking a long time to play. I really am. Just like, There's sometimes where it's like, that doesn't make sense for right now. Do I want to go ahead and... I think they actually let this through. If they don't, Scamfire Avenger has more things to hit in at. Really got to think through this one. Maybe I'm just really impatient right now. I don't know. Down to 19. All right. There's sometimes where it's like a little bit more of an obvious play to me. Maybe it's not as much so with someone's hand, you know, so who knows? Who knows? I haven't seen Knights played in a while. Any kind of flash creature that could be coming down here. I think that we play out Tyvar, though. Untap. Or do we Binding here? Which we just tapped on everything to do so. No, we play Tyvar. Yeah, tap them all down. Put out an Elfie boy. Untapping this might have been better.
I saved a monster for you.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good. But getting more creatures out so we can play more things, also better. If we hit land, now we can play everything out. That's great stuff. Maul the Skyclaves. Ew, Tyvar's dead. Rude. Did I kill the Maul or did I kill the Venerable Knight now? I don't think I really care about the Venerable Knight that much.
Eventually.
Okay, play this tapped. Binding. Tap this dude down. Kill. It's actually a tempting choice. They have potentially 4 mana soon. But then they can start chump blocking. I think the Maul is more dangerous for us than the Venerable Knight itself. They could have another one. Getting rid of the creature would have been nice. Down to 16. Typically, I think you do kill a creature. With him getting up to 4 mana, though. We'll see. All right. Redain. 1 extra to target it. Okay, Triome. Visionary. Attack. Oh, that's right. Has to be 2 more damage, so don't attack him with the Elf Warrior again. Gotcha. Yeah, that does definitely hurt our game. Legion Angel. Whenever... If a source of particle controls will deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent 1 of that damage. It's actually really bad for us now. They can get some pretty good trades in now if they want to. We're definitely not blocking this Venerable Knight. All of our creatures getting Death Touch does help a little bit with our attack for this next turn. But our 1-drops, our 1 toughness things still don't do much. Okay. There's our Nissa. We want a creature to enter for Wildworm Preserver to get bigger, because I think that is our main way of actually winning this. So take action, X3. Dang it, I wish I don't just have to decline. I wish I could just change what X is. Why do I decline now? That's so annoying. So tap here. So I could have got up to a 6/6 here, which would have been really nice. Swing with Wildworm Preserver, or do I protect? Everything has Death Touch. If something dies, we can draw more cards. Nissa lets us stay a little bit aggressive. We'll try this out. So yeah, we don't get a draw card if they just kill the Scamfire. With a land, we can bring that back with Nissa. All right, down to 9. Legion Angel gone. Another one's back. Dude, this thing is actually really annoying. We need another Binding the Old Gods to get rid of that. It's so good. Redate is a really good card. I think I forget how often I should just be playing the Protector Shield against some decks, because it's so good. Doesn't completely protect you, but it is dang good stuff. So it's whenever a spell or an ability, whenever you or another permanent you control interesting. No blocks, take 4. Down to 14. War Master. I mean, going wide does help us. Flyers are definitely annoying, though. We can make this dude big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 6. Let's just go X2. Nissa. Doesn't really matter. Untap. We're not going to attack with it, I don't think. We can kind of bait them to attack in at Nissa. So we swing with Power Preserver. They double block here. I think they're fine doing that. They'll have to give protection, but they're fine losing the Legion Angel as long as this dies. So decline. I think we should try to get something on the play back. Then we swing in more aggressively later turn. I don't know how we actually beat this one. We need to find Binding of the Old Gods really bad. So bad. Death Touch is good, so Tyvar is good. Another Herald Unites the Elves would be nice to give everything a little bit more power. War Master was nice. We do have 7 mana now, so I can pump in. No attacks, pass the turn. Being able to bring back the Avenger will be pretty nice too with Nissa. So finding a land here would be pretty good. Getting some potential card draw. Yeah, hitting land, doing that, and then pumping in with Death Touch, I think is our best play. That way we draw a bunch of cards with anything they trade off with. Oh my gosh. That's bad. They don't have enough for the Legion Angel. Unless they play out land and do that. Kabir takedown. That is annoying. Nissa can bring it back though if we hit a land. So we still have the chance to use it. I think that, yeah, I'm not even sure what they swing in with here. I think it's probably better not to swing with anything. Or maybe just like 2 Venerable Knights at Nissa to keep it lower, or just hit it. I don't even know. They're in an interesting spot. Swings with everything. That is exactly what we're looking for. We get to swing back and do how much damage? With the land, we actually get lethal, I believe. We know what's up, right? There's nothing they can do here. Okay, down to 4. So 1, 2, 6. So 8 damage. 9, 10. So 10 points of damage with Nissa. We have the game. I can even untap and play another Nissa here. Can make Wildborn Preserver bigger, all the things. All right, that's game right there. I don't think there's any kind of shenanigans they can do. Just to make sure my math's right, I'm going to play everything out, you know, but so take action. Nissa again. And then we can play out Skimfire and put one more counter onto the Wildborn Preserver.
If you do not protect this land, you are my enemy. The world will shake you loose.
It doesn't matter. Then attack in, and that's game. All right. Sweet, we got there. Not too shabby at all. They definitely should not have been greedy with that attack. But the longer they waited, the more we just got more and more value. So it does make sense. All right, we do have 1-drops, but we do also have a lot of tap lands. This will still be good. So keep this hand. We do have Nissa. That's what we came to play. And this is one of the biggest issues. I did bring in the Triomes just because they're really good to hit with Binding of the Old Gods. I could see this deck not running any tap lands and just try to be a little bit more aggressive. Like getting out a Sentinel on turn 1 is a really big deal. And so that might be one of our biggest mistakes with this deck is potentially just playing out too many tap lands. But consistency is nice. We had a bunch of 4-drops that needed black mana in here as well. So instead of just kind of splashing it, I figured let's go ahead and make sure that we have ways to guarantee that we have our turn 4 plays on turn 4. Love the Sentinel here. Oh my gosh, what a hand. What a hand indeed. I think I actually am just fine killing the Arsonist. So it does get to kill the Sentinel back, but I just don't want them to go too wide. If they have, this feels like a deck that's just hoping to find Torbrand. They'd probably play a full play set. If they're running this and the Fireblade Charger, then that's just bad stuff. Yeah, let's just draw a card. Get Herald or Nissa on the next turn. Nissa does not let us have as many blockers, though. Binding of the Gods will be really nice for some removals. I wouldn't mind a land off the top. Taking 4 again. Ah. Please no stomps. No bad things. Yeah, there's an Annex. Well, we do get to kill that with Binding, and that is our play, I believe. Which means we're taking 4 again from these Fervent Champions. Yeah, so no blocks. Land, please. Not even a land. Ugh. I think we definitely need a ramp now. So what does Nissa do? This doesn't stay a land until the end of turn. Yeah, so... yeah, doesn't keep the land out for defense. So just kill Annex. We're going to take a bunch of damage here. 6? Yep. It's better than getting Embercleave by Annex, though, and that would have been the worst. And this just kind of comes down to show how maybe we just don't need these tap lands. I don't know. This was pretty quick and painful. They have enough for an Embercleave. If they have Rimrock Knight, we're dead, I believe. It'll be close. Not hitting a land before this is somewhat helpful, so they don't have like 2 Rimrock Knights and Embercleave, just like guarantee death. Okay, there's 1 Rimrock Knight. Do you have the Embercleave? Oh my gosh. That, I don't think that's quite enough. Oh yeah, it's definitely enough. Yeah, we're all sorts of dead. Oh man, sometimes people just have the most busted hands of all time, and we do not. All right, we get Super Multiple Vitamin, and we'll keep this. Yeah, Double War Master's nice. Definitely wouldn't mind finding a 4th land, but we do have a lot of good 4-drops. This deck definitely is really heavy on that 4-drop slot. Maybe we want 1 or 2 more lands in the deck. Like we have ramp instead of lands, But you know, it might just be worth having those around. Let's get out our black mana while we can. War Master. Pass of the turn. We'd go really wide with War Master, so try to just get that out there. Okay, no red mana, no stun. Oh, this is showdown version. Shepherd draws a card. Well, with what they're playing, going wide is really nice. And then Tyvar just to give us ramp like Crazy Pants. We like Crazy Pants ramp. Yeah, just go wide as well. You don't get an extra token out of these guys, but this is fine. No attacks past the turn. That's a decent sized board. Now we just need the land. Come on. You can do it, deck. I believe in you. Untapped land, too. We have way too many tapped lands in this deck. I mean, Wildborn Preserver is still nice. It is a big body, potentially. Playing out Tyvar with that, you can end up making it huge really quick. Huge. Shelter. Is this... Short on the Scalds. Okay. Come on, land. It counts, kind of. Let's swing in with just the Wildwood Tracker. They actually don't have that many good blocks. Maybe I just get in for a little bit more aggro. They can trade off with the War Master. I think I want to go wide here. Goldspan Dragon's annoying. They have the land to play it. Yeah, so just swing with the Wildwood Tracker. Take it down to 18, pass the turn. Getting this really big will be helpful. They don't seem to have blue mana yet. Not playing the land into, I guess, get more showdown with the Scalds, but this also means that they lose Goldspan Dragon, right? Oh, I guess that's a tapped land. Oh no, this one's a tapped land. They had a land. Oh, it wasn't another red source though. Gotcha. I didn't check their land sources. All right, Stompy Boys are annoying. So just get as much value as we can now. Take action. 1. Come on, land. You can do it now. I believe in you. There it is. I guess I already had the mana, but still. We got to land. Nice. All right. What do we want now? Nissa actually does let us attack in pretty aggressively. Tyvar lets us... Oh, we're 1 mana shy of being able to use Tyvar to pump up with Elvish War Master. We can't tap down anything for mana right now. Making this massive could be really helpful. We can play Tyvar, create an elf, make this really big, and then just swing in with just that. All right, I think that's what we do. And then we have Nissa for the next turn to kind of give an extra little bit of damage boost. All right, so we make Elf Warrior.
Go, earn your renown.
We can make this so big. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I think I'm tapping down all of these as well, or don't attack him with all these. To kill 1 or 2 of them. So X3. No, I think I want to get this massive. All right, let's go 7. And I'm swinging it with this Wildwood Tracker. Decline on that one. Decline on that one. So unless they have board wipe, we're still in great shape here. All right, yeah, so they jump down to 16. This is out of range for most stuff. They're going to have to use Giant Killer on it. We still have blockers for Tyvar. Although Goldsman Dragon's annoying. So I guess Tyvar ends up dying. That's fine. We can actually bring it back with Herald United Sails. Swings in. Can play out Stompy Boy. Giant Killer. Rude. So I guess it was better to attack in than to hold up the blocks. I think that still was good. Now they only have 2 blockers. And we get to play out Nissa. That's nice. So we can go Herald Unites the Elves, bring back Tyvar. Or the Elven Preserver. Tyvar is nice just because we get to tap down stuff for the pump. And we have Jesper Sentinel for reach. So make some elves. We're doing that no matter what, right? Nissa is interesting. So we get a hit in for how much here? All right, so I think it is Herald Unites the Elves. We got to put counters onto everything on the next turn too, which is huge. Huge. Oh, is that all the Binding of the Old Gods? Nice. Tyvar. Put a Death Touch counter onto Wildwood Tracker. Swing with everything but these guys.
I believe we can be heroes.
Okay, jump, block. Down to 8. Jesper Sentinel for the block here. If Tyvar dies, we're still okay. Like, it doesn't bother us that much. Nissa still lets us win. If we have a land, we can actually pump up with War Master as well. Herald Unites Elves puts counters onto all of our creatures, so we're in good shape here. Unless they have a board wipe, which would be bad, but then even then Nissa becomes awesome. Dude, elves are good. I really like the elf deck a lot. I like the way that it plays. There's a lot of versatility still in the deck. Double its power. Oodalolly. You have to be able to kill Jesper Sentinel, though. Oh, they can tap it down with Giant Killer, though. Let's see. Let's hope they forget. Let's hope that they forget about... Oh, it gives it protection from... Okay, protection from green. Also dodges Sentinel. So... Dude, that's interesting. With Showdown of the Scalds as a way to do this. Why put this down? Target it again, right? Oh, no, it's every time you just cast a spell. All right, so Showdown of the Scalds again. That is interesting. Okay, that's cool stuff. I'm actually impressed. So, not quite dead. Pretty dang close, though. What? Did not expect this in the slightest. Do they have another one? They have to cast one more spell. They have it all. Wow. Wow. All right, then. Gosh. 22 damage, protection from our Sentinel. Yep. Nice. Good game. That was really cool. That's a different way to use Showdown of the Scalds I haven't seen yet. So, Unleash Fury. Double the power of your creature, but before it goes off, you cast all of the other things. Yeah, double target power of creature. Play all of the things out beforehand, so all the counters are on the stack. That's really cool. I liked that a lot. That was a fun way to die, I guess. All right, that means Clemencius and no black mana, but some pretty good plays. We're gonna try this one out. This is one of my favorite combos of Elves, is War Master into Wildbrim Preserver. Up against Yorion deck, hopefully we're fast enough. Being on the play helps. Land would be nice. Land would be great. Birth of Emilizzle. If we find land, we're definitely going for Visionary first. Ooh, the ability to ramp. Yeah, we do that. That kind of counts as a land. Going wide against Birth of Emilizzle is also helpful, so just getting stuff out is good. These are a little bit better in the late game as well, so we'll try for this. Okay, let's see what's on top. Temple of Milady. We definitely want another land still. Nope. If there's a board wipe, we're in a bit of trouble. Yeah, now we can't actually attack in. But we really needed to make sure we hit a land in case of a board wipe there. So we got draw a card. Not a land. No attacks. Please don't have Shatter. Most people are playing Doom for Told now, right? So our Doom Scar, so maybe we have a shot. Heralding Knights to Elves, if they don't have board wipe, is really nice. Put stuff onto all the counters, onto the creatures, I mean. A land would still be great off the top, so we can play Wildbrim Preserver and that. Now we just binding. Definitely binding. Yeah. Okay, kill the Archon. Ya dead son. Swing in, hold back, War Master. They want to double block the Sentinel. That's a little bit annoying. We are still stuck on lands a little bit. Now they just have to kill this. Yeah, okay, that's annoying. Probably should not have done that. We do get some ramp with this. We have another binding. Ooh, they're taking our ramp. Rude. Well, binding the ECD. As one does. Swing in. Down to 20. Let's see if they have another ECD and we'll get that one too. Eat it. No Archons for you. Raven's Warning. Birth of Emilizzle. All right, I think right now I'm just probably gonna go for the Heralding Knights to Elves. So grab a land, Triome. Ooh, another War Master is actually awesome. And then the Wildbrim Preserver for the next turn. Oh, yeah. Do we want to trade off? Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Pass the turn. So they're going to want to swing in with this bird to draw a card. Gotcha. Take that, fool. All right, they do have like Heartless Act or something here now. That's fine. We got more tokens. That's what we really wanted. Rude. Now I think we just use the go wideness of our board and win games with that. Heralding Knights to Elves is really nice. is to take a peek at our hand now. I forgot about that side of it. Doom Foretold. We can give everything Death Touch, which does kill all of their stuff. So Resolve. Is it worth losing Line of Visionary to not have this? So I think, yeah, we lose the Binding of Gods. We can kill their Doom Foretold, but does that affect things too much? Or do I just go for like Herald here? Or just go for more tokens? Mo tokens. We can Binding, get another land, have Elvish Warmaster start pumping. Because we're one land shy of that. And this lets us bring stuff back from the board, back again. I can still pump in with Wildborn Preserver. I can get 4 more tokens by playing this and then Preserver, though. That's what I'm debating right now if I want to do that. Let's go ahead and do it. Draw a card. If we hit land, then I might just go for Binding still. Okay. Do I want to be able to put a counter onto this? No. We just want more damage. Trying to go as aggro as we can now before they start doing crazy shenanigans and such. Pass the turn. Yeah, let's go dig for board wipe. We can draw it this turn and play it potentially. We at least get a 2/2 out of this. Not totally sure how we close this out. Hitting a land would be great. I mean, having a land over... So I guess we actually don't want a land over Visionary to die, because that is our 7 mana for the War Master. So they have to have board wipe this turn, you know? All right, Yorion. For the Omen, still fine. Yeah, we have lethal. We have to sacrifice Preserver or one of the War Masters, but we still have lethal. All right, 2 more tokens. Decline. Decline. So first things first. Hitting a land would be nice. So Resolve. I think we actually sacrifice a Preserver land, but not an untapped one. So activate ability. Swing in. I think they have the ability to survive here, but it ain't going to be great for them. We still have a lot of stuff to hit with. So if they survive, they board wipe. Then we have Herald, Binding, Wellborn Preserver, Flash Speed, like all that stuff. We should be able to close this out. 5 times 3, 15, go down to 1. Yep. All their stuff is dead. We still have a massive board. Sacrificing the Omen of the Sun, or Doom Foretold if you can blink it back with Yorion. And untapped land there did give us the victory. Shadow's Verdict, nice. Okay. Doom Foretold. Discard a card. I guess Binding isn't as good now. They get a 2/2, right? They get to gain life. Crap. That was annoying. Alright, Forest, Herald. Everything got exiled. I'm glad we hit something there. Skemfar for card draw or Llanowar for card draw? I guess this is guaranteed land. The other one's not. So, our guaranteed card draw. Okay, pass the turn. This has Vigilance, this 2/2. We have Binding to kill it too. Omen of the Sun. So that they don't know about this Binding. Omen of the Sea. We get to put a counter onto our Llanowar Visionary on the next turn as well. So yeah, we're in good shape still-ish, kind of, maybe. We can kill a blocker and swing in with lethal with 2 creatures. Unless bad things still happen. Oh, I think we got there. No blocks. Yes, 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 yes. Yes! Oh, yes. Counters onto stuff. We'll go ahead and just make sure there's no, like, flash and they can go for it and we get the game. Yes! Oh, that's good. Whew, man. That was a great game. All right, so with Nissa's Home, we finally were on the play a few times, so that was nice. 60% win rate there. Had some bad matchups. I think mono red just kind of trashed us, but we also just kind of had a bad draw on that same time as well. We were on the draw, you know, like that. It's hard to win on the draw against mono red in general, no matter what deck you have, because it's built to do that, where it wins on the play. But overall, the deck is powerful for sure. It definitely has good things you can do. So I enjoy it. I think it's fun to play. Yeah, absolutely had a blast with this one. So yeah, Nissa, we didn't actually get to see Nissa do too much for us. It did win us, I think, 1 game there. I'm trying to remember if we actually won that one or not, but so it's definitely a good card. Was it better than just finding Heralding Knights to Elves Bindings or Tyvars in an elf deck? Not really. I think it's a 2 of. I really do think that we tried to play 4 of so we can find it more often. We didn't find it that often, or a lot of times we found it and like, well, we don't really want to play it right now, or we didn't find the lands to play it. All the tapped lands are definitely a little bit too slow. So maybe it's don't put any of these in. Maybe like 2 Triomes, no temples, and then just have basic lands to try to go for everything. And just hope that it works out. I think you'll have higher consistency doing that than having tapped lands and not being able to play a 1 drop on turn 1 or 2 drop on turn 2, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I hope you guys overall enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much. Oh, secret word for this one is daddy's home. Because, you know, Nissa's home, mama's home. One of those. Just put it in there, whatever you feel like. One of those. And and we'll see you next one. Bye.